from UK.
Yes.
You are appreciated, ma.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma. You are live on the program. We are still expecting others to join in the conversation. It's a program that everybody must talk about. We have to say something about what can the school do, especially in coping the menace of drug abuse. Maybe we can just start with you because it's a conversational. Yes, it's a conversational program, and as you appear here, you appear even on the.
Going to destroy their future. It's going to destroy their career. You cannot be taking drug and you will be able to focus on your education. So I would say that the school has a big role to play there. So the Bible said, train the children in the way that they will go. When they grow up, they will not depart from it. If the school can add that to what they are already doing, teaching the children, because they are building them for future, they should as well preach about the drug to them. That is something that they need to take to stay away from. So that's what I would say.
Thank you. Thank you, Mommy. It's good. It's good. Do you know the scenario that I noticed from school operation these days? During our time, it is we that we fear the teachers. When the teachers are even passing in front of our houses, you dare not wait for the teacher to pass and you sing face to face. In fact, it has disappeared into the thing here before it comes. But the narration is changing these days. That it is the teachers that are afraid of the students now. The teachers could not really talk facts to these students. Okay? Let me just cite an example. We were in a school for a campaign. This our usual sensitization campaign in the school. We now discover that that school is having a kind of a systemic problem when it comes to drug addiction and the effects on the school. The principal told us that we should not come. Because we normally get to every school, let's say 7:30 or even up to 7 in the morning, so that we can meet them on the assembly and tell them what we want to tell them before they start this academic work. The principal told us that we should not come that time. That those people that really need what we want to talk about will be coming to school 9:30 and 10 o'clock. Yes. And we scheduled a time that, okay, we'll be coming between 9:30 and 10. And the principal told me that you will notice something when you come. They will not be coming from the main gate. That they will have to scale the fence in coming to school. Lo and behold, when we got there around 7:30, 9:30, 9:45, exactly where the teachers, where the principal said that they will be coming from, scaling the fence into the school, that was the place those children scaled. They didn't come from the gate or from the regular path, from the place where they're supposed to come to this. Let's call it a gate. You can see things fall apart. Okay. If the teachers could not correct such simple anomalies, I could remember a day that my principal beat me. I came late with all the students. Yes. As the usual practice, we have to kneel down when we come late. In fact, we were about, let's say, 15 that day. It's a donkey years now. Now, everybody was opening his eyes and closing it. They knew exact time that the principal was coming. But I faithfully closed my eyes. I didn't know the time the principal came. All what I just had was I saw Masote. I cannot forget that day. He gave about 4 scrolls of cake to other students. He gave me only one. The one he gave to me can be equal to 20 scrolls. Because if he beats me again, I may die. That's funny. Now, we fear our teachers that time. But these days, it's not like that. Ma, what do you think that is causing that?
Anyway, before I answer that, what you are saying now, I'm really shocked about it, because we are still thinking that the students in Africa, Nigeria, where I'm coming from, that the students are still receiving discipline from their teachers, from their principals. We even say that it's only here. And sometimes we tell our children, okay, if you are back home, you will do this, and if you do anything wrong, I will report you to your teacher. We still have that mentality that is really still going on there. So I'm surprised now that things are no longer the way we left home. So, come to your question. Are you not saying that the schools and the teachers, the principals, they are no longer disciplining students the way it used to be before? Because if that discipline has still continued, the school has still disciplined children, the principal, they are still disciplining the children. I'm not sure that the children, they will be able to, the school will be, the teachers will be afraid of the children. The children are supposed to be afraid of the teachers, unless maybe the parents, they are no longer allowed that for the school to discipline their children. But before, parents give the teachers the privilege, the opportunity to discipline their children, because when you even do something at home, you'll be afraid that your parents will not report you to your teacher. You don't want your school to hear about it. Unless this problem is coming from the parents of the children, because I believe it's not coming from them. I believe the school would still be doing what they used to do those days. And that is where I would say the problem is coming from.
Oh, yes. Let me just buttress on that. I'm not making a generalized statement. You know,
Okay.
I'm trying to expose the danger of drug abuse on the students.
Yes.
Now, the school that I said that we attended, that we went to, those boys that normally come late to school, those boys that scale the friends, those are the boys under the influence of drugs.
Yes. What I'm saying, before they get to that level,
Yes, ma'am.
in the school, what was the school? What were they doing before children started doing that? Because those days, when school noticed something also from the students, they would discipline them. They made them a public example to the rest of the children, so that something like that will not happen again. Okay, why is it that the children, they have grown up, developed that to the extent that they are taking drugs? Because based on what you said now, the principal himself knew that these children are bad students in the school.
Yes.
Okay, and he's not doing anything about it.
He did.
So such is okay. If the school is doing something about it, like what I'm actually saying is that they used to expect children for school. If you do something wrong, which we know, if other people copy you, it will destroy the image of the school. The person will be it will be expelled from the school, so that the something will not spread around. Why are those children still in that school? To the extent that the principal is aware of it, he even aware the corner they normally pass to enter school, jumping through the fence and all of that. What is the principal doing about it?
Now, the beautiful story about that school, in fact, is one of our reference points. When we got there, we did our campaign naturally. We advised those students. In fact, it was just like an impetus, because the other time that we got to the school, come and see serenity, come and see peaceful environment. What did they do? Some of those ones that are causing problem were expelled. Some of those ones that were they still needed the rehabilitation, they started the rehabilitation program for them. In fact, the school that once looked like a place that housed all those vagabond students is now a serene environment. I can say it with all totality. Now, you made mention of a point that time. You said parents. That are the parents not supporting discipline on their children again? I will answer that question by saying, when the center is broken, things fall apart. These days, we discovered that some of those students with that propensity, drug abuse, they are the students from broken homes. They are the students not really from poor background, but broken homes indeed. When the father and the mothers are not living together, then aside that, in a situation where you find that anything that happens, that the parents will go to school and fight, that is depleting the moral value of any teacher in the school. Okay, there was a scenario of a school. I think, is it a private school in Abuja, that a parent had to go to school. Maybe there is this kind of conflagration between the teacher and the parent. The parent slapped the teacher. In fact, it was made on the platform of all the private school teachers and the heads that anywhere that boy gets to all over Nigeria, that it should not be admitted. Because we have to use some people as a scapegoat. How should a parent go to the school just because the teacher has disciplined a child, and you to extent of slapping the teacher? Okay, what do you expect that teacher to do at the end of the day? You see that it's now justifying what I've just said, that when the center is broken, things fall apart. You can remember, in our own days, if a teacher disciplined us in the school, we dare not get home and tell our parents that.
We report to our parents, yes. Yes.
You can.
Because your parents, they are going to discipline you the more.
The more.
Yeah.
That is when the moral value is still being upheld. You see, in a situation where the parent now think that I've paid all, just leave my children, pamper them, don't correct them, because you asked me to pay, I pay for the money. Why should you be disciplining my children? They've forgotten that a child.
It's not only about the parent.
That the child that is not disciplined will become vagabond at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Those points, those depleting factors come from parents. That is it.
Mm.
And that is what we normally do. When we go to schools, we tell them that we are not law enforcement agents. What we just tell you is that smoking is bad. The government have written it on the carton of the cigarette that smokers
Yes.
are liable to die
They
young.
go to buy you. Yeah.
It's all over the world. That
It's all
means
over the world.
they just want to kill themselves.
Yeah, they know.
It's they volunteer to end their lives because I don't know that you will read something that can affect you and you still continue doing it.
Go ahead and be doing it.
That is the level of depleting in our community. Okay, before we move on, do you have any advice for those parents, those ones that normally say don't discipline my child, don't beat them? In Africa, there's no way we can learn in the school without discipline. There's no way.
No, it's not possible. So the advice I will give to the parents is that you send your child to school. It's not just to go and learn to become a professional person and all of that. So the main thing they can teach you and then you know all this and still be irresponsible person without the discipline of moral and to discipline them. Because if they don't have that discipline, they will not be able to even become what the parents is expecting them to be in the future. So because school is not just to go and learn to become somebody in the future without that discipline as well, because the teachers are there to teach them, to correct them, to show them the right way to live life. That is what they are. It's not just to go and teach them science, teach them this or whatever. So without all of that, so you can't. Teacher is going to be difficult for teachers. See a child doing something after the child has left the class. The child is started doing something that is not going to benefit the child in the future. I would say parents should also give the teacher, the schools, the teachers opportunity to correct their children, because the discipline we're actually talking about is a correction. So to correct them when they are doing something that is not good. That's what I would say. Because if you just send your child to school and you are now ask the teacher not to touch your child, not to correct your child. Before we suspend, if teacher suspend somebody for school for 3 days before you come back again, I'm surprised that all those things are happening in Nigeria. We are even saying here is I wish I knew I would have taken you home so that you go and learn lesson back home. I'm surprised that it's no longer the way we left it. So yes.
Let me just correct that. You see, what we're just saying is that these problems of drug abuse is general, is global, is all over.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I can say it emphatically, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
The Africa, especially Nigerian school, is still a good school. I must say it.
Okay.
What I'm just saying is that, when you have about 99% of good herbs, if you have only one bad egg, it can spoil the whole.
It will spoil the rest.
That is what we are trying to set straight on this platform. That education is still what we have, honestly. I think you should know. Education, I can say with all entirety. In fact, some of the students that we handle over there, we still tell them that enough of all these, what is it? Is it rock made gentle? Yes. You
Mm,
know, at times when you want to teach those people from either Canada, US,
mm,
UK,
mm,
you cannot teach them much hours at a stretch. You must
no.
give them some time to
Mm,
rest. You must create some time for the class tasks and some others. But in African mentality, you can have about 8 periods in a day with
yes.
just 30 minutes break and 10 minutes recess. We are used to that hard and stressful moment because we believe
Mm,
that hard work pays. But one thing is that hard work with intelligence is what pays now.
mm,
If you hard
mm.
work and you are not intelligent, hey, you might not get paid at the end of the day. Don't
Yes,
worry.
it's true.
Don't be confused. The Nigerian education is still intact. I can't deceive you. I'm saying it because
No, yeah, no, no. I'm not talking about the. I'm not talking about the education part of it. We
okay,
all know that
the
Nigeria's
discipline,
education is on the high side.
yes,
We know, we that is here, we know that.
yes,
So we don't compare, even to be honest, we don't even compare our children here with those of them back home,
exactly,
because we are known some children that from home came to UK, they are on fire.
exactly,
We know of that, because the one we have here is the sugar coat education or whatever.
exactly.
So yes, I know this education in Nigeria is on the high side. They are smart, they are brilliant. We know that. We are even jealous of it. So let me put it that
Thank you
way.
for that
What I'm
alert.
yes, yes. What I'm saying is that is discipline aspect of it, which is no longer the way we left it.
With the bad
Because by
parents,
discipline, the discipline is what makes children to sit tight that time. Because if you are being given homework and you did not do it before going to school the following day, your teacher is going to flog you for that. If you come to school after 8 o'clock, your teacher is going to flog you for that. You have to first of all kneel down, lift up your hands, do flog whatever. I can still remember all of that. So, and even your parents have to support. You look for somebody that can come and help you to do the homework so that you will not go and, your teacher will not flog you. So, is that one that I'm talking about now? If all those ones no longer there, the teacher don't have right to flog a child again.
child,
When a child is not doing well, you are coming to school late, you are not doing your homework, your assignment, and all of that. You are doing maybe during recess, during break, you are doing something rubbish outside, inside the school. All those things is what the teachers normally discipline students for that. And that is what I'm thinking. Is all those ones not there again? Because here, that one is not here.
exactly,
That one is not here. A child will be doing something wrong. Now the teacher will just say, "Oh, what are you doing there? You shouldn't be there." But in Africa, when I was growing up, they don't. It just only one. The teacher will beckon on you like this. You started running.
you run away.
If you already know what you have done wrong, yes, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, kneel down. You will kneel down, and before you know it, the teacher started flogging you. Then I'll go back to the class. You stupid this. So that is what I'm thinking. Is all those were no longer there? Because the reason why I'm saying it, because I've seen some video online whereby a parent came and she took off the child clothes, said, see what the teacher had done to my child, flogged my child, and all of that. No, people were commenting. So people were commenting, said, "Oh, you should allow teacher to discipline your child." Those days, we don't even allow our parents to see our body. We cover up, and some people were saying, "Oh, no, the teacher should not flog the child in the body," and all of all of that. So I think some couple of videos like that. I don't know if because of technology. Because that time I never complained to my parents one day. Their teacher flogged me. Because what am I going to explain to my parents that I have done? That teacher flogged me. So my parents will ask me, they don't need to ask me what I have done. As soon as I said my teacher flogged me, they will not say, oh, you went to school to go and disgrace me. So you don't need for your teacher to flog you. You must have done something wrong. And they will as well discipline you. That is the area I'm going. As of the education in Africa, in Nigeria, everything is perfect. We all know, you guys here, we know that. We don't prepare. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, madam. I just want to give you some little time for break so that you can sip
Uh, uh,
either tea or
okay, no
coffee or
problem.
whatever.
No
Maybe
problem.
in the
No
next
problem.
1 or
Thank
2
you.
minutes, we will. And
Okay.
what we want to discuss next is the impact of social media. What
Oh,
can the
okay.
school do, especially those students that normally go to school with phones, or those one that this social media issue in the school as affecting the moral behavior of students. Let me just say it like this: some students or some youth start smoking because of what they have seen on Instagram. Some of them start doing drugs because of the example of people that they saw around them. Now,
Mm,
some take to this drug because, uh, in a community where we celebrate non-entities, somebody who doesn't really take good concept about education, but just because he do wuru wuru to the answer, maybe he's into drugs.
mm,
He can
mm,
buy houses in estates. He can do a lot of things with drug money and trafficking here and there. And if the school
yeah.
sees such a person, they might want to be like him or her. Maybe in the next episode, maybe in the part two,
We would be
we will
okay.
discuss on that. Let's just go on break from here. Thank you. We
All
will
right,
come back
no
in the next
problem.
1 or 2
Thank you.
minutes. Yes, ma'am.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Ilẹ̀ gbọ́n kankan like kí n tí wà lórí Facebook ẹ̀mí kan mo ti mú tẹ̀ ẹ̀mí kan mo fẹ́ sáré lọ wo orí Facebook. Ó ti ń play.
For some of you listening to this conversation online, you can join us by dialing the number on your screen, or you can call 070 30 63 4519. If you want to be part of this program through the direct call, that is the studio line, you can use that line to connect with us now. 080 30 63 4519. If you can call that number now, you'll be part of the program. Or you can use another number, 091 6767 3507. 091 6767 3507.
First of all, I would say students suppose not to take phone to school. They suppose not to take phone to school. That is the first thing. And because even here, there are some parents that still put their feet down for their children not to take phone to school because they know the effects, because they want their children to concentrate at school. So if students must bring phone to school, he have to they have to keep their phone while they are learning during class during class when the teachers are teaching. They have to keep their phones and even put their phone on silent or switch it off. Maybe if you are having your break for the 30 minutes, you can on your phone to check if you have any message or any call. And that time you can, respond to the call or return the text message. But leaving there, coming back to the class, your phone should be off or silent. That's what I will say. The schools, they should put a boundary on that for children not to operate their phone at school. So I'm not sure that is supposed to be. It's supposed not to be okay for children to operate phones at school, because depends on the school policies. If the school said it's not allowed, it should not be allowed. That's what I would say.
Thank you, ma'am. And that is true. That is true. And at times, the communication between those drug influenced students, you see, I will advise the school in my home that even if a child is to come to school with the phone, the head of the school should take that phone from such students, so that at least there's going to be a kind of a synergy between the parents and the teachers. That okay,
Yeah.
before you can call your child, you can call them between so and so time. That
Yes.
time, everybody will know that okay, if I'm expecting any call, the call can come between this so time. So
Yeah.
they can move very close to where their phone is.
Phone is.
Yes.
Yes.
Because we discover that even in some school, if such is not being managed, students with the phone in their hand, they can connect series of social media platforms, Instagram,
Mm.
TikTok, YouTube, and just a simple die on it. you are into all this pornography and what have you. And if care is not taken, they will start forming group. Okay, we went to a school, though thank God that we are having a very good story about that school now. I won't mention the name of the school. I will just talk about the scenario. Anyone that is that we're not having the productive aspect of it, we won't cite it as an example. So that even if they ask us, we can just say from this so and so, and is turning a good leaf. Now, students, one of the students came to the school with this Colorado, and he doesn't really know what it was, but he saw it on the table. It was not from his father, it was from the uncle of his father that came to visit them.
Okay.
Maybe that man now left it on the table and the boy took it. You know, children are mimicries. They see what fantasizes them as something that they just want to know. Inquisitive. He took that thing to school, and by the time he got to school, he called the group, his friend, and unfortunately for them, one of them knows what it is or what it was.
Wow.
And that boy has been coming to school with that scissor kind of a thing, something that looks like one treble like this. That when they put it in the mouth, they poke it, and enough of smoke goes out. They even charge it. They charge that mechanism. That boy now brought that thing out. He said, this one is physical. You use fire on Colorado. That is called a colos. But this one that is having in his pocket, that they don't use fire, they only charge it. And those students, they just want to practice it, just anyhow. They want to see what is there, and they manage to get out of the school. Maybe during the time of break, they said they want to go and buy something. About 2 or 3 of them now went with them. Okay? When they went with them, unfortunately for them, the police officer were passing that time. About 5 of them were arrested in front of the school. And ethics. They cannot take them to police station. They have to first of all bring them inside the school.
Cool.
Yes. Let's see this, please. Let's see. I think a call is entering. Let's see if it is.
Okay.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Ẹ pè mí padà lẹ́yìn ètò yìí. We are on live programmer.
Okay.
All right. We thought is a program somebody that wants to contribute to the program. Okay. Unfortunately for them, the policeman brought them into the school, and I think they sought to see the principal or the VP. But thank God, those children were innocent. They just want to see, if that thing fantasized them. They just want to see what it was. But by divine orchestration, they've not started doing it when they were arrested and they brought to school. When they were being interrogated, that, okay, who knows about this? Who has done it? Who has used it? None of them has used it. Then it was so easy for the vice principal to now tell them about the evil of what they are holding. In fact, the day we got to the school to ask about the welfare of all those students, they are now good students. In fact, they now promise that they will even be part of the advocacy in the school. Presently now, they are student advocates in their school. That is one of the success stories. Then there was a case of somebody that brought phone to the school. The teacher was teaching in front. He gathered some students at the back, thinking that they were looking for solution for what the teacher was doing, but not. They were watching TikTok about these the celebrants that are into drugs. They were watching, and the teacher said, "What were they doing?" They said they were trying to find the solution to what you are teaching us. You know, children they are so funny.
Yeah.
And the one of them that is so sincere said, "Ma, it is not it is so and so that brought phone that we are checking the TikTok, and what we are watching a celebrity who is smoking on the stage. Can you see? Now, in such a case, what can the school do? Do you have any advice for us, Ma?"
Yes, because with your narrative, those children, they are very tender, as I can see. So, before a child should be bringing phone to school, or before a child will even download social media, what are the parents doing? Why would you allow your underage to download social media on their phone, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram? Children should not be there. What are they doing? Those social media, those apps is for adults. You have to know what you are doing, because if whatever you are across there, you decide to watch it. You are a full adult. You know. But the children that is secondary school, primary school, even let's say children that is a senior secondary school, all those ones, yes, they can be on social media because they should be like 16, 17 or anyway. But those children, there are age that is not allowed to go to social media. So when schools see that, I believe that school as well should be able to know the kind of the age range that they should allow to bring phone to school. It's not everybody, because you are a student of that school, you will be bringing phone to school. If those children that year 1 year, I can't remember how they call it in Africa, those young ones, if the parents buy phone for them, just as you have said earlier, and they have to be bringing the phone to school to check their children, they should drop it in the principal's office, in the staff room. Those phones should be there. Children should not be allowed to be operating phone at school. I believe that's what school have to do. The school have to, they have to create a very strong policy for the phone, for phone uses at school. I believe they will agree to that. I believe the parents will agree to that, because it's not the parents that will have to come and be controlling school. It's what the school has set, the rules they have set down. That is what the parents have to, follow.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
All right.
Yeah.
Ma. Thank you, Ma. You see, that is just an advice to every parent, that they have to abide by the rules and regulation of the school, because that is the only way by which these students can comply. Because if the parents station themselves as a lawbreakers, there's nothing good that the children will learn from them. Nothing good. Because charity begins at home.
At home.
Every parent must try to make sure that they leave a very good legacy to their students, to their children.
The children.
And more so, the parents should visit their children's schools unnoticed. Because we have some students that will tell their parents that they are going to school. They will not get They will have get distracted along the way, either joining the bad gangs. You can tell your children that today I'm coming to visit you in the school. Every parent must visit the school unnoticed. not only in the secondary
Yeah.
school, even in the higher institution. Then
Yes, that's true.
the bag that they take to school, the parents should check, the teachers also should check their bags. Do you know what we discovered? We discovered that
Mm.
some students, they would dress well from home, wearing their school uniform. But inside the bag, they will put another cloth. This shubelike kind of a drug, cloth. The jumpers,
Mm.
the bumpers, or what do they call it? The bump shorts. They will put it there.
Yeah.
But if the parent could search the back of their student before leaving home, and there is a policy that before you go to the class, we have to search your bag. Student will not have that kind of effrontery to at least practice such in the school.
Mm.
Because especially, you know, these days in our own time, when the school closes by 1:30, at most 2 o'clock, and when it is that 2 o'clock, we go home straight. But these days there's going to be extra lesson, extra lesson, private extra lesson, that will keep the children from morning till evening. Why some students will have be closed by 2 o'clock? Every other time for this extra, no, not they don't do it.
Yeah.
They will use that kind of opportunity to go to anywhere they want to go.
Go.
But if there is a very good supervision from the school, from the parent, these children will sit right. Then I noticed something that is part of schooling, these extramural classes. Yes, these extramural classes, every parent must shine his or her eye. Not the person that controls that extramural classes. They should know who is operating it. And the modus operandi of the operation of such extramural classes should be known to the parents. Because it is another school from school. When they close at 2 o'clock, the student will just go there until evening time. If they don't practice that in their regular school, they can practice truancy.
They can do, they can practice
classes. Please, I just want you to advise, before we close today, let's advise those ones that are running extramural classes.
That is difficult, but the on that very one, the classes, I don't buy the idea of that one as a moral classes. If the children, to have children that you want them to have the extra lesson, I believe the teacher should come to the house.
Simple.
Because yes, I believe they should get a private teacher. Because getting a private teacher for your children, you should be able to know what they are doing, and if the teacher is doing the right thing or not. So I believe the school that the children are going to mingle with other children and the teachers is enough for them to socialize, to have, to do whatever they want to do. But in the extra lesson, which I will say is supposed to be, you bring you get a private teacher for your child. That's what I would say.
That's better.
Because I don't buy the idea of my child going to another center which is not having a strong standard.
That is it. You have well said. That is it, because the school has a kind of a nomenclature that we have some policies. We have some regulations that regulates the activity of a normal school. But this extramural kind of a school, except the owner of that lesson center is somebody that is trustworthy, somebody that knows what is doing. we discovered that such an area is a breeding place for all these truants. Is a breeding place for all these social vices, problems.
Yeah.
This drug abuse menace to thrive.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
nobody knows who is who over there.
Yes.
It's just a matter of
Yes.
and we render the service to you. You cannot put the care of the student in their hands.
Exactly.
Because you pay for what they offer you. Therefore, as you have just rightly said, every parent must make sure that they get their children closer to themselves. Get them private teachers. Then those private teachers should be under the tutelage of either a registered institution, so that at least if you have any complaint, you will have a place where you complain to directly.
You can complain to, that is true.
Yes, and if your child is being taught in your presence, especially either through online or through the physical teaching, the parent will be abreast of everything that is going on, because so that we can be able to at least solve some of these moral decadence issues. Yes, as we are winding off the program for today, thank you so much, Mrs. Eunice from UK. In fact,
my pleasure.
You've made our day today. I really appreciate that. You are most appreciated by The Advocate TV from The Advocate, fighting against drug abuse and maintaining society reform. That is what you have heard at home. The expert has spoken to you as you are watching us at home now, because this program is also live on our Facebook page that anybody can listen to it. What we are saying is this, that if you are already into drug, decide that you want to stop it today before it stops you. Then if you have not tried it at all, don't go near it. It's a place you go that you might not be able to return. It's just like crossing the Rubicon. And let me tell you something, you can be happy without drug. Happiness is free. Everybody can be happy without jeopardizing the future. Stay away from drugs. Stay away from anything that can cause damage to your body, your brain, and your system. Till next week on this program, I remain your host, Ambassador Ola Odeyemi. Do have a nice time. Keep on enjoying your life. Happiness is free without drug. Bye for now. Thank you.